When something is imminent, it could happen at any moment.
A renowned spiritual leader, David Jeremiah, the man behind countless prophetic insights, has unearthed a chilling revelation that could shake the very foundations of our faith regarding a sign pointing to the imminent return of Christ. What could this new sign be? Does it align with biblical prophecies? David Jeremiah was completely stunned after having a revelation of another rapture sign. He stated, according to the book of Revelation, that the church was often mentioned before its mention of the church suddenly disappeared, and this, Jeremiah noted, that it was not an accident. It is a noteworthy sign to Jeremiah, according to his vision, that believers will not be around for the impending crisis, as he saw that the church was no longer on earth in the face of the tribulation. He sees this as proof that the church would be raptured or taken up to heaven prior to this time of chaos.
The word imminent means hanging over one's head, ready to befall, ready to overtake one, close at hand in its incidence. Thus, an imminent event is one that is always hanging over one. It's constantly ready to overtake a person. It's always close at hand in the sense that it could happen at any moment.
Jeremiah went on to emphasize the sudden and impending implications of the rapture, which he feels could occur at any time as he examined the book of Revelation. According to his interpretation, believers will be transported to heaven before the earth goes through a time of turmoil, indicating a divine intervention. His message of urgency, which holds that the rapture is inevitable and ever-present, also emphasizes the need for believers to live in perpetual readiness. Moreover, the book of Revelation provides a crucial framework for comprehending these events in 3 basic sections, according to John's letters to the 7 churches in Asia Minor in chapters 1 through 3. These writings include a timeless message for believers. The many spiritual disorders that believers may be in today are symbolized by the distinct accolades and cautions that are given to each church, from Ephesus to the continent of Asia. Jeremiah frequently highlights the broader relevance of these letters, arguing that their lessons are timeless and applicable to all churches throughout history, including the one we are in today. Apostle John tells of the tribulation, a time of great suffering, and the release of divine wrath and vexation on earth. Jeremiah describes it as a pivotal moment in prophetic events that comes after a significant absence, the church's disappearance. But that's not all. Eventually, the church will make a triumphant return alongside Christ, where we will reign with Christ 1,000 years.
For that reason, why was it important for them to watch and be sober? The eternal future had already been sealed, as it is the case for Christians today. The answer is tied to the certainty of God's wrath. The day of God's judgment is coming.
The theology of urgency, which maintains that the rapture could take place at any time without any particular preconditioning signs, is in line with Jeremiah's teachings. He stresses that believers must live in a posture of perpetual readiness, since the rapture is both certain and unpredictable, but this must be done with accurate knowledge possessed by the church. Jesus admonished his disciples while on earth on how to know that his coming is close, according to Matthew 24, 42-44. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered the house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. Similarly, it is also supported according to 1 Thessalonians 5, 1-6. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. In the heart of preparation for Christ's second coming, believers are exhorted to remain sober and awake, living as sons of light. Also, Jeremiah's emphasis on imminency reveals his belief that Christians should be ready for Christ's coming at any time, rather than waiting for specific signs to manifest. he inspires his followers to live from an eternal perspective and places a high priority on their spiritual preparation by believing in an anticipated, unexpected rapture.
I tell you that I never went to a movie in a theater until I was a freshman, a first-year student in seminary. I don't know what that says about me, but I waited till seminary to go to a movie. And one of the reasons I never snuck off and went to a movie was because I had convinced myself that if I did, Jesus would come back while I was in the theater and I would be in a lot of trouble, you know?
David Jeremiah frequently referenced Robert Murray McCheyne, a Scottish pastor from the 19th century, who despite his brief life, had a significant influence on Christian ministry because of his belief that Christ would return soon. The phrase, "the night cometh," which was engraved on McCheyne's wristwatch as a symbol of his evangelistic passion, shows how fast time runs. The parable that Jesus made in the New Testament, which Jeremiah regularly makes reference to, focuses on this idea of alertness and preparedness. Jesus urges his followers to remain vigilant, since no one can predict when he will return. Matthew 25, 1-13. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps, and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps, and took no oil with them, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept, and at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose, and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. And they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. According to Jeremiah, these parables serve as powerful reminders for Christians to live in constant expectation that they might encounter Christ at any time. Like McCheyne, he believes that believers should live intentionally because the rapture is unpredictable. This way their faith will be ready and active, regardless of when the Lord decides to return.
God has a plan for us, and here it is. There's nothing that has to happen before he comes back. He could come at any moment. We don't go through the tribulation. We go to be with the Lord.
Jeremiah exhorts believers to live in constant anticipation of the rapture. He teaches that the idea that Christ can return at any time should motivate people to live lives that are consistent with their faith. He highlighted 3 fundamental principles: expectation, which leaves believers spiritually vigilant; consecration, which symbolizes dedication to holiness in anticipation of encountering Christ; and consolation, which brings hope in being with Christ. The clergy admitted that believers may experience both excitement and anxiety at the thought of a soon-to-be rapture. Although the idea of being carried to heaven is consoling, its suddenness can inspire a sense of haste and perhaps anxiety. Many times, Jeremiah tells his followers that even though the rapture is uncertain, they need not worry if they are spiritually ready. His teachings reassure believers and inspire them to put their faith and trust in God's plan first. His message challenges believers to consider their spiritual preparedness for the rapture and emphasizes the importance of living with urgency and optimism. He thinks this balance brings believers closer to God and gives everyday life meaning, even though it may arouse both anxiety and anticipation. Jeremiah views the approaching rapture as an opportunity to foster unwavering faith in a Savior who can return at any time. Ultimately, Jeremiah urges believers to live each day as though they could soon see Christ in person, encouraging them to embrace the dual emotion of faith and hope, and to stay vigilant and be ready for the Lord's return. Do you consider this to be the final piece of the prophetic puzzle concerning the rapture? To that question, leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.